Welcome everybody to the first installment of Talking Today. I don't know why I'm gesturing over there, but talking today. Sorry. Today's episode, I mentioned it in the pilot, but I wanted it to be about purpose. There's plenty to talk about when it comes to purpose. Plenty of, versions of purpose. Purpose is different throughout everybody. My idea of purpose is I want to learn what other people's ideas about purpose are. Because right now I'm drifting. I'm drifting through the galaxy. Oh, and today I thought I'd bring a little friend. Kiwi. And this kiwi was given to me by a great friend who's currently in Canada, nowhere near me. It's from New Zealand when she lived in New Zealand. And this friend we recently had a talk and we've recently related to each other about a lot of things, and I feel like I've grown a lot closer with this person. Since they were more or less friends with other people in my family, more than me, I was always by myself, but now after talking to this person, I'm a great friend with this person. Well, I like to say that I am. Because us sad people got to stick together, you know what I'm saying? Us lonely, no, not lonelies. Us, just sad people got to stick together. So little Kiwi, there's a leech on my pants. That's a big one too. Get out of here. That's what you get for damn filming in the Otways. Nasty out here. So it's little Kiwi will sit right here. If you can see him, drop it in the comments down below. If you can't, drop it down in the comments below. Holy crap, that's a huge one. That thing damn gonna chew through my pants. Oh, they're climbing me like a damn... Get out of here. Get out of here. Well, I guess today's episode will be half me talking, the other half keeping an eye out for bloody Otways worms, whatever you want to call them, nastiness. The grossest creatures on planet Earth, sitting next to flies. Flies are disgusting. Absolutely feral creatures. I don't know why they exist. They shouldn't. They probably have some great purpose, but I refuse to even attribute to that because of how annoying they are. I'd say I don't think that one purpose... people have different purposes, and would the purposes mean more? Do some purposes have more meaning than others? Is a terrific question to ask. But, yeah, sorry. This leech has got me scared. So doctors, you think about doctors, their life matters a bunch because they can give life to other people or maintain life in other people. Government people, I don't know, Trump. See how many bodyguards that guy has? His life means a lot. Apparently, well, we put it up there because he makes all the big decisions in America. Australia, I don't even care about what goes on. Actually, we'll pause there. We'll refrain from that. We'll redo that. I care about what goes on in my country, and if I wanted to change it or do something big, I think that I would have no say whatsoever. But I'm content with that. I'm happy to just cruise around, do my own thing, and follow some laws. Because the laws aren't that harsh. Well, some of them are. There's some laws that I disagree with. Would I go out and fight against them? No. A lot of life is just taking it for what you got and just, there's some missionaries out there that need to do better, need life to be perfect for them to even live it, but I'm fine right now. And that's to say, I'm 19 years old. I'm young. I've got no wisdom whatsoever. I've got some wisdom. Like, I look down at kids younger than me and I'm like, you got some shit heading in your way, bro. Or lady, miss, or in between. Wisdom is definitely something. Like, I have an opinion about something. Oh, wait, 2 seconds later, somebody's like, actually, it's kind of works like this. And then you're like, oh, let's take everything that I knew about that, no matter how much, parents probably told you, but grab all that, chuck it out the bloody window. That's what it feels like sometimes. And I'm happy about that. I'm happy to learn. I'm happy to, once you kind of let go of some of your, I don't know, everything that's going to come out of my mouth is going to sound, I don't know if it's a good word to use, but pretentious, a little bit cocky, a little bit, this guy doesn't know what's coming for him. And I'm like, yeah. But I'm content with learning more. I'd say that I've dulled my ego down. Sometimes I can't control it, but I want to dumb down my ego and discover everything. I want to look at that person's opinion. I want to look at that person's other opinion and be like, all right, do I want to forge my own opinion and get in this? Or do I just want to see two people for having different opinions and leave it at that? And it makes you think a lot more about everything, and it kind of gives you a little bit of peace when you're not worrying about, does this person think this about me? Does this person think that about me? Does that person think this at all? Does that person think that way at all? You just kind of put it off to the side, worry about yourself, and it really helps. And it's very easy for somebody who can either, I don't know, do it. I guess I can do it a bit, to tell another person to just do it. Live your dreams. Because I've told other people and they're telling me the exact same things. Well, they're saying the exact same things I didn't want to come off as. Rude and all that stuff, and, well, not rude, but just cocky. What was the word, that P word that I used before? Just that one then. And you're just trying to help somebody, but it's hard to take up a skill like that. Your ego is a very big part of you, and it's very hard to change. Your ego is you. I guess. I'm not sure. I probably need to learn up a bit more about that. But you are you, and you need to get used to that. In some cases, yes, definitely. If you feel like you came out with an odd-looking nose, and you're like, that shouldn't have happened, I want a different one, go ahead. Shit, I might get some bloody plastic surgery when I'm older. There's no limits. I don't know what's gonna go on in, I don't know, a year. COVID came out of nowhere in a year. So I live from day to day, maybe a bit of month ahead aspirations. And I feel like that keeps me grounded, keeps me sane. Make sure I'm not overthinking anything. Make sure I'm not wasting energy on just life. I want to waste my energy having fun rather than wasting my energy on living. It is very difficult to just be alive. That is the biggest truck I've ever heard in my life. And I hear another one about to cross paths right behind you. I wonder if you can see him. I wonder if you can hear him, actually. But I've asked a couple of people about what their rendition, put that above me, rendition, put the definition above me as well. I don't even know what it means, but their idea of what their purpose is. And I asked somebody that was younger than me, and I don't want to say surprised, because we all learn different things at different times, and I'd say that this person was quite mature. Well, for their age. I'm only 2 or 3 years older than them, but to hear them say that, and I'm trying to think about what I want to do, was actually it was a conversation that I headed into, and I came out with something. And hopefully they did too. But they gave me a great kind of, you call it an option of what your purpose is. And that is, sorry, I probably should take the shades off. They're probably beaming sunlight off of damn Mars. Yeah, great option of what you should see your purpose as. And she saw it as not just one. I don't reckon you should just have one purpose. She split it up. She had what she thinks she should do for a job, what her family should look like when she's older. I don't remember all the other segments, but you can just place things into segments, and like, I want to work down going through this path to get to my right career. All right, I've got that going. How am I going to get a family by 33? No idea. But yeah, just going through each portion of your life and just lining it up, and so you're all heading forward, and you can all kind of be content. Of course, there's going to be times where you're going to get thrown off the bus a little. It happens all the time. And some people can't really deal with that, I guess. That's not pointing at people and saying you're an idiot, you can't deal with it. That is saying that it is very hard to deal with, and people have different problems and they come up at different times. And some people are readily prepared to deal with them, and some people aren't. And the good thing is that once you kind of experience, you kind of learn one thing to the next, and then you become I've never heard the word smart being used in like proper terms, but you probably become smarter. You become emotionally and intelligently smarter about your own self. And I feel like that knowledge is extremely important. Being human is a lot of things. And the reason why AI hasn't been considered even, I don't reckon, remotely close to human, is because they don't have that emotion. Emotion is what makes a creature, I guess. Other factors probably. Change my mind. Like, I probably will say change my mind or tell me more about it in the comments, because I'm ready to learn. I'm ready to say that I have probably none of the answers and everybody else has all of them. Does that mean that I'm going to sit here and be like, oh, damn it, woe is me, nobody cares about me, I have nothing, I deserve to say nothing? No. I'm going to be like, tell me about it. I want to know a lot of things. I know I can't know everything, and that's life. But I want to know as much as I can as I go through life. Because learning is what makes time pass slower. Just accessing your brain and just thinking about things, really. I don't know if it falls under my purpose or whatever it falls under, but I feel like this is a part of me. I grew up going out with family friends out to waterfalls and like these beautiful just nature places, areas. We'll call them nature places. Put that on a t-shirt. I love nature places. And so this is what I feel like I need to do. You guys being here is me becoming more extroverted. I went to Japan, I reckon January into February this year. And that time away from my family helped me kind of just grow. That time alone, I also got off social media at that time as well. So, and I didn't, no contact with my family almost whatsoever. I sent them, I think, one message. A whole 2 weeks in a country where you're surrounded by people you don't understand what they're saying. I wanted to feel that loneliness, I guess. I wanted to see what that would be like. And it wasn't great. It was not what I wanted it to be. And that kind of, I don't know, it must have been subliminal messaging that to my own brain that this is not what I'm happy doing. And then I thought back to when I was a kid, like being alone. That's when I was not happy doing that. I was sick of doing that now. I do a lot of it still, but you gotta learn to love yourself before you can learn to love others. I became a different person when I came back from Japan. I'll say it to this day, I was me again. That change, that being like feeling like a kid again, having that happiness. The happiness to be my fucking, and I'll put this shit, you know what? Put a swear word in brackets. Fucking. That fucking feeling of just being yourself is something that, oh, God. No more peer pressure, no more, I'm out of school. School was never my purpose. Learning in that kind of way, not my purpose. Go do a specific job for the rest of your life and hate it, just to go live your life and enjoy it? No. I wanted to live life and enjoy it at the same time. This is me trying to. Whether that'll work out, I guess it's up to you guys. Smash that subscribe button. Yeah, I just don't see, of course I'm 19. My dream job probably hasn't came out and latched onto me yet. But I'm happy to do whatever until then, as long as I'm doing something. I guess I haven't really focused on the topic of purpose that much. But the great thing about talking is that, the great thing about thinking, actually, is that your brain goes down a path and then, oh, this is pretty interesting. Let's go down this path instead. Let's not follow the parallel or not follow the original line. Sometimes you can loop it back real cool, real interesting. Oh my God, you think about that, and just bam, right back into the original line. But purpose is so many things. Your purpose can be so many things, and your purpose can be anything. And I want everybody to get through life their own way. There is no best way. There is everybody's own way. Some people want to rob banks and, rob banks. I don't think many people actually rob banks that I know of. Some people want to kill people and do all that crazy stuff. And do I say, no, that's the wrong thing? Obviously. But what's different about them to me? What's so different about their way of thinking that I am not going around stabbing people? So let's use a real nifty loop back around into purpose by saying a lot of your upbringing and a lot of where you get your purpose from is from your parents and from your childhood and your upbringing. A lot of who you are now comes from being a child and what your parents have told you and what your parents are doing. And they kind of just piece you together as you're kind of growing up. Is that to say that your own body has nothing to do with how you become who you are, I guess? No. Hormones, chemicals, what do you put in your body? What are you eating? Everything affects you. You're a soup. You ain't a one ingredient dish, you are a soup. And that's great. We're a bunch of soups walking around each other, ready to spill on each other. Ready to spill some information, some of that lore. If you're old and you don't understand the definition of lore, not old, I'm not gonna say you're old. If you haven't been on the internet, I'm gonna put the definition of lore above. Yeah, we're just so different. We're all moving around each other and our purposes are so different. A great thing about your purpose, I'm smiling because I'm like how great of it is. And I don't think some people don't realize it. Maybe some, or they do realize and they just don't care. Your purpose can change. Your purpose, like you can go 5 years, 5 fucking days in a job and you're just like, this doesn't feel like I don't feel like doing this anymore. This isn't what I was made to do. What a gift. You have freedom in some aspects of your life. You have freedom. You can leave that job. What are you gonna do next? Figure it fucking out. Just don't do drugs and end up on the street or gamble all your money away. That's never gonna get you anywhere. So your purpose changing, and that's each section of your purpose, and they can change. You can slot one out and then slot one right in and keep moving forward. Just those lines moving forward again. We're all moving in parallel and we're all moving forward. Sometimes it can stop, sometimes it can step back, but at the end of, I don't know, however long this bad patch of your life is, you're gonna keep moving forward. It's hard to lose hope, but if you're gonna do it for something, do it for me. If you have nothing you can move forward for, do it for me. Do it for the bug on the ground next to you, I swear. It doesn't matter. Do you need something to help you move forward? No. Some people do it without, some people do with. Do I have my vices? Of course I do. There's things that I don't want to do, but I do it. There's things that I don't like that I do, should I say. But I do it because it helps me feel happier, I guess. That's not to say that I'm doing damn crack. I ain't touching that nasty stuff. I do stuff like this and other stuff. Just the stuff that makes you feel alive again. And that's not me saying, get out there in the damn nature. Look how beautiful it is. Look at this. Look at that. Ain't that damn sweet? Because that's my thing. Some people like going to the gym a bunch. Good for them. I should probably get back in the gym. I don't reckon that's a really acquired taste. It's kind of just, I reckon it is. Yeah, like I had my period of going to the gym for a bit with my dad, but I felt like that was probably not the right kind of experience I was looking for. If I'm gonna do something, this is kind of, maybe bring back to how you were raised. I was kind of raised, or how I kind of grew up. When I was in school, I had one friend, then I didn't. And so after that, I was alone. I was alone for just like maybe a year or two. And that was kind of like, that was, I think, year 6 and year 7. Very funny numbers, really. And I didn't have many friends. I didn't have many, like, friends of course I knew people in my school, and of course they all knew me, but I just felt different. And so that's where a lot of my and I kind of got used to that. So that's where kind of my single man operation kind of mentality came into it. I've had a lot of time alone. So that's because, and so after Japan and feeling like I can speak again, feeling like I can be myself again, oh my God, it's the greatest feeling. Because it'll just hit you throughout the day, just like remembering that you are you, and you're happy about it. If you're not happy with who you are as yourself, fix that first before you start trying to add on people. That's a side note. We'll bank that as a side note. Fix yourself before you start grabbing on other people. Of course, some people's way of fixing themselves is with other people. Using them, kind of a weird word, but kind of just, well, we'll say using them. Using them to help you. If you have a hole in yourself and you're literally just trying to plug it with a person by like getting a girlfriend, or I don't know, what other kind of relationships are out there? Maybe finding a new grandma. I don't know how you do that, but you can do it. Trying to stuff that person in that hole and say, that's fixed. It ain't. There's still a hole there. You just have something in it now that doesn't really fit it that well. You need to call in the plasters of your own brain and patch that shit up. Sand it down and paint over it. Fix it well. You don't want to half-ass it and have to go back later and be like, Jesus Christ, what was I thinking back then? Who knows? I would say I haven't talked much about my purpose. Actually, no, I have. Got dementia already. Reference to the last episode, the pilot episode. Yeah, I'm just happy drifting. I'm happy with where I am, and it doesn't seem to, I don't see the edge of the cliff coming up, because I know there's one, because there's always one. I don't see the edge of the cliff coming up. You want to know why? Because I'm blindfolded, baby. Tie that shit back. I don't need to see it. I just need to be prepared for when it comes. And when it comes to me, when it comes on me, you know what I'm saying? Ew. When it comes to me, I feel like I've got a wider range of tools on my belt to handle it. Handle it, deal with it, subside it. Having my own, being able to notice that you're in that point of kind of whatever affects you, whether it be depression, anxiety, being able to know that depression, anxiety, and the rest, I could probably fill up the whole screen. Am I gonna go through filling up a whole screen? Yes, I am. Fill up the whole fucking screen of shit that can be wrong with you. All right. Just being able to know that you're in any of those kind of words or kind of problems and going, okay, I'm in it. What do I need to do to get out of it? Or is it time? Is it doing fun things? Is it hanging out with people? That's up to you. That's how your soup was made. So you got to figure out the methods that people use to make your soup, and add some damn spice. Or maybe remake a little and pour it in. Fill up that hole. And if we want to go further into the whole soup idea, that we're all soup bowls walking around, bumping into each other, spilling each other's facts, Somebody else can drink out of your soup. And lots of people do. Soup is not being spilled, it's being given. It's adding a bit of flavor from somebody's soup to the other person's soup. And in that I'm saying giving somebody's ideas, thoughts, how they behave, their beliefs over to another person, whether they want to keep that in their soup bowl, they've got it now. But I don't know, it's kind of like, and say how deeply you feel about each ingredient that is given to you by other people, you can call that how hot that ingredient is. If you agree with that ingredient, it's as hot as it can be. If you disagree with that ingredient, it's cold. Get rid of it. We don't want it. We want hot soup around here. We want hot happy soup. That's kind of, maybe that doesn't work that well. I ruined my own soup analogy by trying to implement a corny idea. Damn it. Anyway, purpose is, I feel like I've covered a few bases of purpose. But purpose can be anything, baby. It can be whatever you want it to be. And if you feel like you don't need that, if you don't think you need a purpose written in damn Sharpie marker on a piece of paper and hidden in your pocket, you don't need that. If you don't need purpose at all, live your life. As I said, my life has just kind of been a lot of drifting. A lot of just going from the next thing to the next. And it's worked out. So if that's how you want to operate, that's how you want to act, that's how you want to get through life, do it. Nobody's stopping you except for the laws, except for goddamn government telling me what I need to do. I would like to maybe get a couple of things out of the way about myself. I am definitely not a racist person. I mean, I don't know. I've watched a couple of people that have said, yeah, we've all got a little bit and we all have our times, and I will agree with that. I definitely do not. There's nobody in my mind that I hate. There's no group of people that I hate. But because all I think, because I went to Japan and I'm like, wow, these guys are just us. But maybe they've definitely got a more respectful culture, respectful culture, and they've definitely got amazing things that our culture doesn't have. But I just realized they were us. They're just us. And I would agree, I would make the assumption that there's us in every country. There'd be somebody much like me in India, in some other part of the world. There'd be a Dutch version of me. There'd be I'm pretty Scottish. No, I'm 25% Scottish. Am I the Scottish? No, there'd probably be even more Scottish version of me. There'd be a Scottish version of me. It's just a world full of us. And people are mad at each other simply because we look different from each other. Or there's probably plenty. That's probably, yeah. That's a very broad assessment. I don't think I can narrow it down that much. Yeah, it's just a bunch of people disliking a bunch of other people. That's what race is, because they're different. I will not look at the differences first. I want to see what about you makes you like me, and then relate to that, build a friendship. Let's learn about them differences now. Tell me all about it. Your country has no Vegemite? Sucks to be you. We're all the same people. So I'm just trying to get across. We're all the same people, and I have nothing against my fellow man. My fellow man, woman, whatever. Whoever you are, I don't mind about you. Just don't try and push it on me, okay? Let me be me, I'll let you be you. Let's all be happy being ourselves. Put that in a fucking book. Not to be egotistical, but put it in a book. That's probably some facts I spat. So if I ever say anything that comes across as a bit, oh my God, you think you want to say that? I'm going to say it. And especially if it's an opinion, I want it changed. I don't want it changed. Like, I'm not saying change my opinions. You have to change my opinions. I'm just saying I'm more than willing to have every opinion of mine changed. There's probably some cool ones that I'll keep, but I want to be a book that's half written all the time. Fill in the fucking blanks. Like filling in one word of blank just to finish a sentence about, and that's how I feel about it. But I'm probably just going to end up being fluid again. Very like, okay, that's your opinion. That's your opinion. And that's your opinion. I'll take them all in and I'll keep them in here. I feel like it's something that I want to try and keep on doing. Another thing about me that I wanted to get across is that I do very much like to have a laugh. And I've got some crude jokes and I've got some nastiness. Not like jokes, but it's kind of just me being me. And that'd probably make this whole video pretty entertaining, is just me being me. Imagine if I just spoke with a monotone voice about like all this stuff. I gotta add a bit of flair on it. Gotta add a bit of Cooper Day on it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'll drop a naughty one every now and again. I guess. I'm just gonna be me, and if people don't like me, don't watch me. I'm trying to think of one good kind of another. So we've moved off in this direction. No, that's where everything is. We'll grab up here. Some little hand gesture. Right there. I might have actually touched on everything I already wanted to talk about today. But there's plenty of stuff I could talk about. But let's keep these episodes short. Purpose isn't necessary. Purpose isn't unnecessary. Purpose can be whatever. I reckon to finish off this video, I'm just gonna say that purpose can be whatever you want it to be, and you know who decides where that purpose goes and what that purpose is. I don't even think I need to. Should I tell the birds and the bees down behind me who decides what they're gonna do? I don't know. I don't know what they fucking do for their lives and who decides that, but they can do whatever. But your purpose and whether or not that purpose comes to fruition relies mainly on you. You decide where you go in life. You decide whether you want to jump into that river, that ice cold river, maybe has leeches in it because you're drunk and you're with the boys. You decide that. I gotta close this up, don't I? I hope you enjoyed listening to me yap, and hopefully you will drop some of your own opinions down below in the comments section, whatever you'd be doing down there. I mean, if I get 5 likes, because if one person just likes, I know it's going to be like my mum or something. But if 5 people like this video when it comes up on your For You page, I think you'll make me very happy. I can't really offer anything because I don't have much to offer at the moment. I'm currently out of a job. So if you would slip us a couple of likes, if you would move your cursor or your finger over to the like button, tap it once, forget about it. 5 times. Not just one person, but 5 people hopefully. If it's on 4 and you don't like it, dude, I'm gonna get you. But yeah, I really appreciate you coming out here and listening to me. Hopefully I'll have a co-host in episode 2, but you know, I'm gonna make these episodes no matter what. So I feel like this was a good effort on tackling purpose, but I'm sure there's millions more words you could say about what your purpose is, and I'm looking forward to it, baby. So thank you very much for talking today, and I hope that we together could talk tomorrow. Peace out, y'all. Now I've got to awkwardly grab my chair and walk behind the camera. I'm gonna have I put into this. It's not much, guys. Thank you very much.